Internet world. It's been a while. Life got crazy. But whatever. I'm back. I got my cat. Luna, say hi. Hi, Luna. Say hi to the internet. This is Luna Lovegood. She's very talented. And I got some makeup and I'm gonna shoot a little video, obviously. Today I'm gonna do a YouTube made me buy it because I may not have been filming, but I sure have been watching and spending all my money. So step one is dealing with my hair, because we all know there's only one way that a real YouTuber can do their hair for a makeup tutorial, and that is to pull it back and put on some ears. So there we go. Do I look like a real YouTuber now? All right, so now we're ready to get to the face. I've already moisturized as always, and it's winter up here in New Hampshire, so I'm like super moisturized. These are ridiculous. So first thing is to prime. And today I am using, just grab my cart, the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smooth Priming Moisturizer. I saw this on Rach Love's channel, and she talked about how moisturizing it was and how good it smelled, and it does smell amazing, and it's lovely moisturizing. So we're going to start with a little bit of that. I totally meant to film a whole bunch of stuff in October because I also do special effects makeup. If you follow me on Instagram, which I will link below, you saw some of the things I did this year. And I never got around to it. And then all of a sudden it was November, and then it was holidays, and then I was like, no, none of this is happening. And you guys are getting a weird view of my apartment, but whatever. All right, so we are primed. Now we're gonna get a little bougie, because not only are we using YouTube Made Me Buy It foundation, but we're using a YouTube Made Me Buy It tool. So the foundation I'm going to be wearing today is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. I wear the shade Shortbread, which is 200B, and I love this foundation. I really do. All the products I'm using today that YouTube Made Me Buy are things that YouTube Made Me Buy and that I love. So I've got my Huda. And then, to put it on, I have my Clarisonic Mia 2 with foundation brush, which I asked for Christmas from my mother-in-law because Tati. So this would be Nikki Tutorial's fault, and this would be Tati's fault. And I am going to just kind of speed it up and let you guys watch, because it's kind of boring to watch someone put on foundation. There is that. Had a couple of technical difficulties. It's a little tricky to get the brush head on right, but once it was on, it works beautifully. Also, the Huda foundation smells so good, and it's clearly not a natural look foundation. It is full coverage, and I actually like to go over it after I've used the Clarisonic with my damp sponge. So now it's time for concealer, and everybody say it together. It's Tarte Shape Tape. I never used to be big on concealer, and then I started watching YouTube, and everybody had this Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm in the color light right now, by the way. And everybody had this Tarte Shape Tape, and it looked so good, and that I was like, okay, I guess I'll try it. So just kind of obviously covering dark circles, highlighting, you know, all the business. With this guy, I am not doing a streak down my nose because I'm Italian and my nose does not need any help from concealer. I'm just going to bounce that in with my Beauty Blender. And of course, also buying an actual beauty blender is the internet's fault as well, because I had always just used the knockoff cheap ones that you can buy at like Marshall's for like $3. And they were okay, but I didn't understand why people were so obsessed with their beauty blenders. I was like, these aren't that great. And then I bought an actual beauty blender the other day because I had a Morphe one that I loved and my cat stole it. And I had the Fenty one and I loved it, but my cat stole it. And in this lighting, my face does not match my neck. I promise in real lighting this matches. Okay. Next step is partially a YouTube made me buy it and YouTube made me do it. So I'm going to be using the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder, which I purchased thanks to the review that Laura Lee did with Manny MUA. And what really got me was the part where they tasted it and said it tasted good. That freaking killed me and convinced me to purchase this powder. And it does. It's kind of weird. It tastes good. It smells good. It sets beautifully. It's pretty bomb. So I'm going to grab my other beauty blender and I'm going to use this to bake, which is a YouTube made me do it activity. Because again, things I never used to do until I started watching YouTube. And I don't do it every day. I only do it really when I'm going full glam. I mean, I'll often lightly bake under my eyes, but the full bake is definitely YouTube made me do it. And the best part is when I'm like mid-bake and my husband comes in, he's like, "Oh God, what are you doing? Why do you look so pale?" Well, the internet told me this is how I have to do my makeup. No, that's not true. I know that I can do my makeup whatever way I want, and I'm going to do it whatever way I want, whether the internet says to or not. This is just a technique that happens to work really well. And right now I look real crazy. So while that sets, we're going to bronze with another item that YouTube made me buy. The Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This one is definitely a Tati / Rach Loves item. They both rave about it. It does smell phenomenal. It works really well and it looks beautiful on the skin. So I'm going to use it kind of as a light contour and to just bring some life back into my face. And I don't understand how these other beauty gurus, like their videos, like I feel like I'm being so quiet. Excuse me. I was sick like all of November and it was awful. And it definitely screwed up all of my plans for November because I was doing a Get Fit challenge and I was trying to finish out the year strong with my full-time job. I was starting a part-time job and it screwed up everything. Wow, I look really pale today. I'm gonna blame my lighting. So I've kind of brushed off that bake and blending it around the rest of my face with Tarte Unicorn Brush, which is also an item I probably wouldn't have purchased, except I kept seeing them on the internet and they were so pretty. Next is going to be blush, because yeah, I do my face first. Sue me. And this is another Nikkie Tutorials item, and this is a Milani Baked Blush. It is not in Luminoso though, because I am a little bit darker than Nikkie. I like the Dolce Pink. So we're going in with some of that to hopefully not look so dead. So do you guys do New Year's resolutions? Because I don't know. I've done them in the past and I feel like I can never keep up with them. So I'm thinking this year, instead of resolutions, I'm going to do like, I don't know, call them goals or have some plans or something. But I feel like just saying my New Year's resolution does not work. Okay. Next, let's go to eyes. So first thing I need is to prime and MAC Soft Ochre Pink Pot. Yes, yet another Nikki item. I just really like her makeup. I love how she does her makeup. I love how she carries herself and her sense of humor and all of that. So I do watch a lot of her videos and I do trust her opinions. I have a couple other primers that I'll use, but this one is just so good. And I use like a fluffy concealer brush to apply it, not a flat one. I just like the finish of it better when I use a fluffy concealer brush. I'm going to scoot closer so you can maybe actually see me. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Graveyard Girl too, so I'm just like, hey, who cares if the video is perfect? If Graveyard Girl can make a video in her messy closet, I can make one in my messy living room with my cat and weird lighting and just kind of sit here and chat while I do stuff. So for the eye makeup, we're going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette because if there was ever a YouTube made me do it palette, this would be the one. Because, well, for one, it's phenomenal. And it is completely made by a YouTuber and all of that fantasticness. And I'm just kind of getting rid of, I've got like stuff everywhere on my coffee table. So yeah, I have the old packaging, whatever, and I love this palette. So because it's also a YouTube made me do it, we're going to do a warm brown smoky eye. So kind of, we're going to use the reds and the browns and you know the one I'm talking about, the one that everybody does all the time. Also, YouTube made me buy it. See right here in my bookshelf? That little collection of weird things right there by the end of my brush. Those are a bunch of squishies. Thanks, Graveyard Girl. So I'm going to go in and set my base. And then we're going to put you guys on fast forward. And if I can figure out how to do a voiceover, I'll give you a voiceover with my colors and what I'm doing. But if I can't, you're just going to awkwardly watch me put my makeup on in fast motion. Right. So that's the eye look mostly done. I feel super awkward trying to blend and stuff, knowing that you're going to be watching me in fast motion. And I totally did just turn off one of my lights because I think it was making me look really, really pale and washed out, and we don't want that. What I want to know is how Tati can look so majestic while she's just sitting there blending and just sitting there blending. And I feel like I look, I don't know, I look weird. So we've used a bunch of the smoky brown colors. And let's see, I'm going to go with my finger to add some brightness in some of these metallics. So it's super awkward with this huge palette though, to juggle that in the mirror. So I'm using the red metallic that's over all the way to the right over my whole lid. And I'm using my finger because, as YouTube taught me, especially Tati, using your finger to put on metallic colors will often give you better payoff. And then I'm picking up another color with another finger to go more in the center of my lid. Because we're going to make it a little ombre-y. And then a little bit of gold in the inner corner. I have to say I love this palette. The one thing I wish though, I wish that it had more like a plastic snap close casing so that the shadows wouldn't dry out, because I'm really afraid that these really pretty metallics, they're really buttery right now, will not stay buttery. Okay, now that my hand is covered in things, that is not the one I want. That's not the one I want. This one is. I'm just going to go back in and just make sure that my edges are blended. And of course I'm using a Morphe brush for that because it's YouTube. There's not any other kind of brushes in the world, right? It's just Morphe. No, I'm kidding. I love the Morphe brushes. I have a few of them now that they're available at Ulta, and I love them. I just dusted away what little fallout I had, and now let's do the lower lash line, because we got to do the lower lash line. You can't ignore your lower lash line. So I'm going to take one of the darker red shades I used, I think, because I want it to be really nice and smoky under here. And I'm just using a pencil brush, e.l.f., because again, it's YouTube. But again, these are actually, I really like my e.l.f. eye makeup brushes. This little pencil brush from e.l.f., they call it the contour brush, but it's a little pencil brush. I love this for smoking out the lower lash line. It does such a nice job. And then I am going to grab a little bit of that gold on the brush, so it'll be a little softer, and kind of just sweep it in this inner corner area. All right, we're going to jump around a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and do my brows now with the ABH Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony. I never used to fill my brows, ever, because as you can see, naturally, I have pretty thick, heavy brows. So I never used to think to fill them, but once I started filling them and giving them more attention, they just look so much cleaner and neater and just done. And right now, I have to say, I think is time for the big brow. So since I have it without having to do much work for it, I'm going to embrace it. So I'm using the NYX double-ended brow pencil or brush, and I love this little guy too. And I'm just kind of using it to add some definition and add some thickness. On lazy days, I use a pencil and I literally just go in where my arch is and kind of just scribble, just to kind of fill it in a little more. And I've been really into just brushing my brows up and letting them be like big and feathery. Because it is time. The 90s and the early 2000s were not a good time for me brow-wise, because I would get made fun of for having big brows. I actually got my unibrow waxed for the first time when I was in 5th grade because my mom was sick of me coming home in tears and crying because kids were making fun of me for my unibrow. So I'm really happy that it's all about big brows now, because heck yeah, I'm tired of people dragging on my big brows. And now, instead of, you know, the same kind of girls who might have made fun of me in the past are now like, oh my God, I'm so jealous of your brows. They're so beautiful. And I'm like, haha, yeah, they are. Sorry for your little tiny sperm brows. It's hard to be you. Anyway. Okay, brows are done. I am going to set them with a little bit of clear brow gel as well, because like I said, I like brushing them up and out and letting them be a little bit on the feathery side. So having a brow routine in general is definitely, YouTube made me do it, because I didn't have one at all until I started watching YouTube. So next, ooh, I gotta decide on some eyeliner. Now, we all know what our favorite beauty gurus would put with this eye look. They would put a beautiful, crisp, sharp, cut you in half wing. Do you know what I'm really bad at? Beautiful, crisp, sharp, cut you in half wings, because I have hooded eyes, and the right eye hood is actually lower than the left. So when I try and wing my eyeliner, it does not work. So I did pull out a Tarte Maneater liquid liner because YouTube made me buy black liquid liners to try and make wings. But you know what? I'm not going to do it. YouTube doesn't own my life. I am going to pull out my Marc Jacobs Blacker, and I'm just going to smoke it out. Am I going to do it in black or brown? We're going to do it in black, because I got to hide the lash band, because I'm going to be putting on lashes. So I am just going to smoke it on out. And if I'm looking down weird, it's because I have a mirror here and I need two hands. And I know the YouTubers also say, don't tug on your eyelids, you're going to get wrinkles. Well, that's all well and good for when you have cute, perky little eyes and you don't have a hood and your eyes just kind of sit there all lovely. When you got a hood, you got to pull a little bit. I'm going to do this on the bottom lash line as well, because I can. And then I like to, especially with this eyeliner, take a little brush and smudge it out. The Marc Jacobs liners are fantastic because you can make them look really sharp, especially if you use like an angled brush. But you can also just smudge them on out and they look fantastic. So, that's one eye done. Hard to talk when you do your liner. That's why everybody cuts it out. Also, probably because it takes them 3 or 4 tries to get that crazy crisp cut you in half wing. All right, so I am lined. Now, one of the other things that YouTube made me do is start using a light color in my waterline to make my eyes look more open, which is amazing. So again, I have another Marc Jacobs liner because they're phenomenal. And this is in the shade Pink of Me. And I'm just putting that in my lower eyeliner. Lower waterline. Just kind of keep the eye looking more open, especially with the black down there. So the black is under the lash line and this is on the waterline. One of my favorite things ever is when Made You Look does her waterline and she calls it Lexorcist. Really enjoy that. Really enjoy that. It's pretty funny. Because yeah, it is creepy and disturbing to watch someone do that. Oh my God, that brush was just in my hand. Where'd it go? There it is. I'm just kind of touching up the shape on this one. Cool. So, where are we at? We have lips, lashes, and highlight. So, I have quite a few highlighters. YouTube made me buy some of them. I bought most of them just because they're shiny and pretty. I got an Ofra one because I heard about Ofra through Nikki Tutorials. I got the Maybelline Master Chrome because Tati said it was good. I've got Becca's. I've got Makeup Forever because Kim Tai. I've got all the things. The one that surprised me the most that I went out and bought because YouTube told me it was a good highlighter are my Wet n Wild highlighters. Now, I bought Wet n Wild in like middle school and high school because it was $1 for a bottle of nail polish and it was cheap and it was at every drugstore, so I could just go into CVS and buy some makeup. But my distinct memories of Wet n Wild are that it was crap. And that was awful. And that it wasn't very good. And that the nail polishes were all super milky and would chip like in no time. And that everything was just really not good quality. And when I started watching YouTube and people started raving about Wet n Wild, I was like, what? Because it'd been a good 15 years at least since I'd touched anything Wet n Wild. And I never expected to see YouTubers like Tati, Rach Loves, and all the other ones who do. Those are my main two who I've seen talk about this. Loving on Wet n Wild products. The Photo Focus foundation is awesome. The Photo Focus concealer is really nice. I have a bunch of their brushes. Oh, and Kristen Leanne. She likes them too. I have a bunch of their brushes and stuff, and they're all really good. Like, I've actually got a lot of good Wet n Wild stuff lately. So we're going to use some of the Wet n Wild highlighters. And I'm a highlighting whore. So we're going to layer them up. So the first one I'm going to go in with is this little gold bar that was a limited edition. And it makes a weird noise because it's got like this weird little pull-out mirror that I don't want to break my nail getting to. So I'm going to start with that one. And just really lightly with this super fluffy Sonia Kashuk fan brush. So that's number one. Then number two, I think is going to be the Mega Glow in, as I stab it, in Precious Petals. I don't think I'm going to use a third one because it's kind of cool. So we're going to just do two today. And I know my lighting is not great for highlight, but trust me, these are really pretty. And they're super affordable, which I love. Like, you can go to the drugstore, you can pick up a couple of highlights, you can get your Red Bull, and, you know, a bag of Doritos. And you've got everything you need for life. So those are all really pretty, but I want to bling a little more. So I am going to pull out that Ofra highlight, Rodeo Drive, of course, and a Morphe M510 brush because it's fantastic. And we're just going to kind of hit a little of the Ofra right on the top of the cheekbones. And I'll try and get some pictures in better lighting so you guys can see how awesome this is. Again, follow me on Instagram. My Ofra one's getting really sad though. I totally dropped it and it didn't shatter, but it like chipped in the corner of the pan. It's so sad. So another thing YouTube made me buy that I never thought I would ever use because I had to wear them for theater productions in high school and I hated them are false lashes. And then I think it was Rach Loves reviewed them first. I saw the Huda Beauty Camille Easy Lash. These are phenomenal. They look so pretty, but they are a half lash. So there's no trimming and they're super easy to apply. So we're going to put on some lashes. And we'll see how it goes because I'm still new at this part. And sometimes I'm a little bit of a shit show when I go to put on my lashes. I have like all the little things, like I went out and I bought the little tweezers and all that kind of stuff. And oh wait, no, before I put on lashes I have to put on mascara, don't I? So the only YouTube-y mascara I have right now is Urban Decay Troublemaker, and that is only because my Lash Paradise got clumpy and I haven't replaced it yet. Thanks, Tati. That mascara is so good. Lash Paradise is like, it's totally a dupe for Better Than Sex, or something like Perversion from Urban Decay, which is also a mascara I love. And I know a lot of people don't like the Troublemaker because they think it's spiky. And again, as with my brows, I have really big lashes. So for me, the Troublemaker actually works really well because my lashes are already pretty long. And really what they need from a mascara is definition and just to get coated. So I have no complaints. I mean, yeah, the brush is spiky, but come on, suck it up. And I totally still have lash glue from yesterday in my lashes as I'm trying to do this. I wore my lashes for like 9 hours yesterday, and I totally ended up with a headache by the end of the day. My coworker and I were both wearing them, falsies, and I'm like, I have a headache, and I think it's from my lashes. She was like, I have a headache too. Oh my God, it's totally from the lashes. Because we were both wearing fairly dramatic lashes. And so like they're heavy and they weigh down your lids and they kind of screw with your vision a little bit sometimes. And yeah, we ended up with headaches because of our false lashes. So when, you know, people say beauty is pain, they're not lying. All right, so I've got my Duo just clear brush on lash glue. I do also have the Huda Beauty lash glue, which I like, but it is black and it's in a little squeeze tube. So it's a little bit trickier to work with. So for easiness, I'm using this, which I also use for glitter placements, because I like doing glitter placement on my face because glitter's lovely. And it works really well for that as well because you can just do little dots. Letting it dry. All right, and now I've got Desi in my head telling me to look down into a mirror and place it, and that always screws me up. So, I need 2 hands. I'm gonna dive down into this mirror here. You're just gonna see the ears, I think. All right, no, I need the tweezers. See? The other day, I had to put these on with my hands. I couldn't put them on with the tweezers. And today, I have to have the tweezers. I can't do it with my hands. I think also part of the problem is because my natural lashes are so big, like, and naturally curled, getting up over them is a little bit tricky sometimes. Same thing when I go put on liquid liner. I always end up with liquid liner on my lashes. My natural lashes. Okay, that's not bad. Not quite where I'd normally put them. I'd normally put these a little bit further out, I think. Or do I? I can't even tell. Yeah, I normally put them a little bit further out because they are the half lash. But let's get the other one on. Because it's YouTube. You can't not wear a lash on YouTube. That's not true. If you don't want to wear a lash, you don't have to wear a lash. You don't want to highlight to the gods and you want to be matte. You want to be low coverage but still glam up your eyes. Do whatever you want. Yeah, YouTube made me buy all this stuff, but you don't have to buy all this stuff. I bought it because I wanted to, because I love makeup and I love playing with it and I love having lots of different things to play with. And I find that YouTube is a great resource for finding people who will help you narrow down your selections, basically, instead of just going out and buying things willy-nilly, which I appreciate. But yeah, just because YouTube made me do it doesn't mean YouTube has to make you do it. And if you ever see someone on YouTube telling you, well, you have to do this, you have to do that with your makeup, you have to set it, you have to do this, the only thing I would say you have to do is moisturize underneath your makeup, because you want your skin to stay nice and healthy. And let's put this other one on. That wasn't so bad. Sometimes they go on like magic. And I did watch like that whole Desi video where she went over, here's how to put on lashes. And like I said, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. All right. So there are my lovely half lashes, which, like I said, much easier to put on than the full ones. Lashes are done. Where are we? What am I doing? I haven't caffeinated yet today. It is 3:30 in the afternoon where I am. I've only been out of bed for about 2 hours because I closed my store yesterday and I was exhausted from watching teens and tweens run around like little crazy things. I felt like I got caught in the fallout of like some Christmas vacation, end of Christmas vacation, teen hormone bomb. And so I slept till like 1 in the afternoon today. I'm not even mad about it. I don't care. It's New Year's Eve day. I will do what I want. So now we're going to do lips. And of course it's YouTube. So we're going to do a nude lip. And I'm going to use my Huda Beauty liquid lip. Another brand slash thing that a lot of YouTubers have referred. This is my third Huda product. Holy crap. I don't think I only used 2 ABH. I used 2 Marc Jacobs liners, but they're the same thing, so they don't even count. Wow, I used a lot of Huda. But they're really, really nice. I love how they wear. I love how they feel on my lips. And the colors are phenomenal. And this is Muse. It helps if I'm not on the crazy magnifying end. And no, I'm not wearing a lip liner. I hardly ever do. Because like I said, you do you with your makeup. You want to skip a step? I shouldn't be talking while I'm putting this on. Look at that line. Yeah, I went way outside the line there because I was talking. You guys are going to see my nasty makeup towel. And of course, someone's probably yelling at the screen, well, if you'd put on a lip liner, you idiot, you wouldn't have done that. No, if I hadn't been talking while putting on the liquid lipstick, I wouldn't have done that. Okay. I'm going to show that. There we go. So as I was saying, if you don't want to do all the steps that you see someone do on YouTube, don't do them. If you just want to wear a bare face and put glitter on your face, go for it. If you want to do a full cake face and then a little bit of blush and mascara and call it a day, do it. Don't do things just because YouTube said to. That being said, if you love it, do it. If you're watching Nikki do a full-on wing and glam and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can pull that off, do it. Put it on your face, even if you just lay around watching TV. I just did this, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go and crack open a bottle of Prosecco and sit on my couch and watch probably The Magicians, because I love The Magicians. And just hang out with my cat. Say hi again, Luna. Hi. Do what you want to do. Don't do things because the internet tells you you have to. You think I'm ever going to wear these stupid ears again? No. I bought them because YouTube said to, and I'm never going to wear them. Never going to wear them. I shouldn't have done it. But then on the other hand, I bought the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette and I'm in love with it and I use it all the time. So don't do things just because the internet says to. That's my mom moment. And I think that's it. I feel like I'm not wearing enough highlight. I'll probably go put on more later. And I'll probably add some more glitter for tonight because I just got some in the mail. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed my weird, rambling, oddly lighted YouTube made me do it / buy it video. Oh, no, I'm not done. Y'all, how could I forget my setting spray? I have always loved face sprays, but my setting spray addiction right now is real. I have a bunch I use. I have the Tarte Ready Set Radiant Skin Mist, which I use on my lighter, more natural days. I have my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray that I use when my whole look is super dewy, glowy, shine to the gods. And then, of course, I have my tried and true MAC Fix Plus, which is my go-to for wetting tools, wetting brushes, and just making sure I'm set. So let's set and try and look majestic while we do it. So majestic. But one of the things I do that, again, I learned from a few different YouTubers to do is I use a sponge to kind of just pat it in, especially in the highlight area, and especially because, again, Italian, hairy, I have little face fuzz. Now that's it. That's all. That's the video for today. If you enjoyed it, if you liked it in any way at all, even if you thought it was weird or you just thought it was kind of fun, whatever, like it, thumbs up. Leave a comment, subscribe, share, do the things so that other people who are not my family will see my video. Also follow me over on Instagram, a lot more active there. I post my makeup looks and my cats and other shenanigans on that, and it's a good time. And yeah, Happy New Year. 2017 was a huge garbage fire, but I'm looking forward to 2018. The Pantone color of the year is Ultraviolet. That is my color. I actually made myself a little Z palette of all my purple eyeshadows. So if you want to see an ultraviolet tutorial, let me know. And have a great night. Be safe. Stay warm if you're anywhere up north. And we'll see you later. Bye.